Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect and a new series. Today's beverage is a very refreshing raspberry infused lemonade. Very nice indeed. And what on earth is going on in the background there? Apparently that prison has no foundations and indeed no walls. Well, at least there's going to be some nice ventilation there. Either way, welcome back to Prison Architect and a new series, but this time we're not focusing on a recent update or a DLC, but rather we're going back in time and going the other way. We are going to play the last official version released from Introversion before the game was sold to Paradox. It's known as the Anniversary Edition 2018, also known as Update 7 or the multiplayer one. Specifically, the build we are running is multiplayer-for FPC Steam Edition, which can be accessed on Steam, and it's compiled on December 18th, 2018, and we will be building a full prison with just this build. So nothing in terms of DLC has been added because it didn't exist at the time, so we don't have Going Green, Perfect Storm, Clear for Transfer, Psych Ward, Island Bound, any of that, so there's loads of stuff obviously that we'll be missing from there, as well as the myriad of updates and stuff that we've had over the course of several years of it being in Paradox hands. So a bit of a palate cleanser as well to see just what the game was like several years ago and whether or not the new stuff is bloat or whether it is actually just some nice added content. So the fun will always be in finding out. However, I can guarantee as we are building this thing there'll be stuff I try to do that just won't be in this build. So that'll be an interesting one. As always, throughout these series, your comments, suggestions, feedback, etc. is most welcome, and I will try and include that into the build to improve the series. So let's go ahead and fire this up. Let's go to create new prison. With episode 1, we plan off the prison in a rough broad strokes approach, and then we'll build it from episode 2 onwards. So for create new prison, we need to select our prisoner gender. We're going to go with male. For our warden, we're going to go with, well, we have the warden, lobbyist, Rita, Periwinkle, the pacifier, or Sophia Aknova. We're going to go with Periwinkle, which means that the guard dogs have a 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnels they detect. We are not going to put warden mode on, and you know, obviously we're missing some wardens because a lot of these were included with the DLC, and also we don't have the option to change the breed of dog. We have small, medium, or large options for the prison. We're going to go with small, but I'm certainly not ruling out. In fact, I will be planning on expanding. Fog of War I'm turning off because, quite frankly, it's just a better experience for you to view with that off. We're not going to generate lakes, but we will generate a forest. We're not going to bother with buildings. Failure conditions are going to be on. Gangs are going to be on. Events are going to be on. We're not bothering with weather or temperature, nor staff needs, but escape plans will be on. This is going to be a medium and most likely high sec facility with obviously gangs and probably supermax bits in there as well, so we'll see how we get on. We're going to keep off unlimited funds or tools and cheats. Mutators, we've got many options. Some of it makes it more difficult, some of it additional challenges, lightening the load, changing the rules. Something a bit different, you've got things like burn the dead. Anyone killed in the prison spontaneously bursts into flames. I think you may be able to add mutators once we're in the game, but we're just going to stick with default for now, and we will click play. So here we go, this is our play field. So immediately we're going to go to reports, and then over to, there we go, over to our intake. We're going to turn off intake, and we'll close all of these just to be sure. Actually, we'll open up max sec and see how we get on there. So planning, we will go with walls. Actually, no, not that first. What I'll do first is go with our objects and dismantle, and we'll dismantle the trees. You dismantle the trees and you'll get some money back. The problem is that basically we didn't get a huge amount of forest, so sadly we're not going to get much off selling these trees, but there you are. Over to rooms and then to our deliveries. I'm going to place the deliveries opposite here, but we're going to probably make it twice as long. 16 should be fine. Garbage, we'll have a similar thing. We'll have 12 to there, followed by exports, because we do need to export the trees. So there we go, that's job done. I can remove them from the other side, and hopefully they will actually drop them off at this deliveries, and yep, that is actually the case. Right, over to planning and then to the walls, and we're going to go clicky clicky draggy draggy and then put a wall around the outside. Now normally I will go for something very symmetrical and try to put an entrance in here, and you know, we'll measure down. It's going to be 80, yes, so we work for 40 and go from there, but this time we're going to do it differently, and the main entrance will be up here, which means that the entranceway will have to be about there. So my plan is to have a double wall around the outside. We can't afford, because of the sizing, for this to have a a perimeter of 10 from the edge, so contraband cannot be flung in. So we will have contraband problems, or potentially I may have a little idea to circumvent that. So we need to figure out the middle, and I don't think we will have a middle. No, 79, so there will be technically a middle about there, and then that means that actually something like that with the walls. So that would be the walls. Let me just double check the measurement on this. It should be 37. I just eyeballed this. If it's going to work out, oh, it worked out. I just eyeballed it, and I thought that's going to be the middle of 37, and it is. From the edge to edge, it is 37, and indeed 37. So that is fine. That is all now in and perfect. Brilliant. That's what we want to see. So this is going to be the main entrance, and there you go. So people will come along here, then go inside. We then have obviously all of the reception to do. Let me just double check rooms actually. So there's all of the rooms available, and it is a very short list, well, a shorter list compared to the current updates for the game. Lots of stuff missing, but also it means that we've got a more leaner build on this one. Okay, so the first things first is I was planning on having, let's say, the entrance here, then people come along and then down and into the facility, but I want to have maybe, well, let's just put, like, say, a staff area here, and then the original idea I had was to have, like, the buildings run along here, like that. So you can have building, you know, all here. So when the staff come along, they can go into these buildings, and they don't have to go into the main body of the facility. Similarly, if you've got things like the chapel, the religious leader can come along here and go in. They probably won't do that. They'll go the direct approach, but at least we've made some sort of effort. It also means if all of this is inside, we will stop that contraband coming in. You need to be, I think it's a distance of 10 or more from the wall, but that is 12, which is perfectly acceptable, and that's actually a decent size for this. So from this edge it is 12, so we're going to measure that from this side as well. It's going to be 12 to there, so that is going to be the wall, and then we'll remove that and that little section there as well. I mean, we could even shrink this down to size 1 if we wanted to, but I like the idea of it being that way because we might be able to put in the patrols, not the patrols, the I can't remember what it's called now. When you have the like the right-of-way type thing, we might do something like that. And actually it means that if we do something like this, by the way, I'm almost certainly going to increase the size of these rooms to be something like that. Yeah, it means that contraband won't be flung in. Curious. Okay, let me just work on the principle of that then, because again, it's something different. It's not something that we've done. Let me just measure from that. It is definitely 12 from wall to wall. So from wall to wall is 12. That fits in there quite nicely. We'll remove that. This will then come down, and it means that all of this is contraband secured. So what I might do then is measure 12 up from this, and this will also be a wall, but most likely this will just be like a wall that's like just a fence. This will be outside, because then when we expand, we can expand to the south. I'm also going to put in connections so that you can get to the other side if we expand to the left and right. We'll see how that one goes. Anyway, let's work out where the reception is going to go. Well, naturally, it's going to have to go around here. So let me just put in 2 by 2. And that is a big reception. So we have our reception in there. Standard size for a reception recommended is nothing. It just needs to be indoors. So that is what, a 6 by 6, 7 by 7. That is more than adequate for our needs. Going to have an entrance in there, and this is going to be, actually no, we don't need to do that. This is going to be our staff only area. So let's just work on the principle of it's a 4 by 4 for the size of the offices. So that is our office space. So it's actually quite a lot larger than is required, this thing. It is very much larger because it's the offices are, yeah, much bigger. So what we could potentially do then is do that and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 offices. We don't need 7 offices. We need a maximum of 6. And technically one of them we don't really want to... we may have in there. We may want to have access elsewhere. So we could do that. Instead, I'm going to shrink it down and have that. Like so. And then the end bit here. Is that a 5x5? It is a 5x5. That then can be our power. Which is a 5x5. Followed by the water pump. There you go. It didn't anticipate it being like that, but it works out. Okay, so something like that. Brilliant, good start. Entrance will go in there. Objects, obviously doors will go like that. Doors will have to be in there. And in here we'll have another set of doors and then maybe a metal detector there. Haven't yet decided, and I'm not going to plan off obviously all of the objects in here, just roughly where the doors are. That should be perfectly acceptable. Okay, that's fine. This side, it's going to be a similar thing when it comes to the... Oh, I've just thought of something. Huh. So what I was going to do, this was going to be the security area. So maybe security, dogs, and then armory, like that. Which the armory, we'd have an entrance there and an entrance there. You wouldn't put the armory... You want as much security between all of these things as possible. So maybe we have the entrance to security there. Then it's like security, armory, whatever. We're just going to earmark this whole thing as a sort of security thing. Up to about there. This will become the morgue. That could become the... we could, in fact, do that, couldn't we? That could be the morgue. Then this could be the infirmary. Well, that would work out. It's because you'd have bed and bed. Then all the beds along here. I mean, you could just put them right next to each other. Like that. And then that would be our infirmary. Entrance would not go there, though. You'd have to have something like that. And then you'd have door, metal detector, infirmary. Let's just assume that's metal detectors. That's the infirmary. Somewhere like that. You know what I'm very tempted to do? Get rid of that. And have a walkway around the outside like this. 2x2. Like that. Okay. That's potentially the way forward. And when I said earlier, oh, I've got an idea. This, I was thinking, when we come out of here, we're going to have a building, say, that size. And that'll be our kitchen and canteen. Why? All these here are going to be rooms for whatever they happen to be. So it could be chapel. Could be mailroom. I'm just making them a size of 10 at this stage. There's your library. Just double check the measurement on that. Measurement is fine. And then whatever down the bottom, yeah? Means we also got access with staff. And at any point, if we run out of areas where we need staff access, why don't we just make the rooms bigger? Like that. Yeah? Hopefully we're on the same page. But, this side. How about get rid of that? Instead, we have our power. Just put it in one of these rooms, yeah? Doesn't really matter. Actually, probably just out of the way. Around here. Because my plan was change this to storage. And have that open. And that open. This becomes the kitchen. So you could have rows of stuff across there. 3, 6, 9, 12. So there's your cookers, there's your like fridge and freezers and stuff. Possibly oversized. And we'll probably have to have some more cookers along here. But something like that. We could even do it the other way. We could have it like cookers and... Oh, we can't. Could be... could have it like that. Cookers back to back. Fridges back to back. Cookers back to back. Fridge is back to back, followed by a bit there which is for where you wash up and such. Anyway, that's the rough size of our kitchen. I'm actually going to make it too larger. And what I'll do is actually use the proper tool. There we are. So entrance there. So this can be storage. This can be our kitchen. And then all this is canteen, the whole thing. Is that possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it probable? Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Oh, what I did forget to do, though, is I did say I was going to put in walkways. So I'm going to put bits like this. I was going to put bits like this so you can get access to what would be the expanded part. But I've missed them out. So maybe if we just do that and make this one a bit shorter. No, but then you're going to go into this. Then you're going to go into the staff-only area. Alright, let's ignore that for now. And assume that we're only going to expand to the south. We can always redo things on the left if need be. Let me know what you think on that one. Anyway, if this was the canteen, would it work? Possibly is the answer. So we'd have an entrance in there, naturally. We'd have an entrance in... Let's just put this as a wall. We know that this is not buildings. Not... Oh, I'm going to do a B. Building. Hang on, we're going to run out. And I'm not going to fit a G in there. Not build. N. G is just really difficult. Not building. Okay. Is that spelled wrong? Anyway, alright. Sorry, I got totally distracted. Yes, so we're going to shift that one actually and put it on that side. We'll have this and this. The reason for that is because then you can have your double secure entrance there. We'll have an entrance there. Obviously, metal detectors will go in. And then you've got this to fill up with your food trays, which can go on this side. Yay, it's odd. So it's like 5... Was it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? We would have it not as that, so we'd have it say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in between we'll probably put some, I don't know, bins or something. And then the tables and chairs, which is a 3x4 arrangement. So it would be something along the lines of 3x4, 3x4, like this, all the way along. Don't know if this is going to fit, and also what capacity we're going to have. It fits. It fits. Oh, darn it. No, it doesn't. And it will now. It's just a little bit odd on this side. We can shift this around. So we've got 4, 8, 16, 32. Hang on. 4 and 8. Then 16. 32. 64. Having a really slim canteen is problematic, isn't it? Yeah, of course. What we're going to do is we're just going to remove that completely, most likely. And we'll get a bigger canteen. And indeed a bigger kitchen. So we can shift this further up to say there. That is probably the way to go. Means we can have a bigger kitchen. Don't have to have that. Don't have to have that. This can still go in for storage. Sorry. objects. There you go. Something along those lines. Obviously, you can't fit in 3x4 that way. We can change them so that all of these are now, say, that way. And that fits in a lot better, and then we can go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan we're going with. Cool, job done. This then walkabout thing doesn't really have a purpose anymore, and I don't know about this bit either, but we'll come back to that. Okay, let us think about what sort of things we have in here. Let me just put in the security room, followed by security room, dogs, an armory, and we also need our 5x5, so it's that. It's not going to fit in, is it? I was going to put the power block there, but I think it's just going to be... I'll just put it in here. I'll just have the entranceway there, and there's our power. Just put P for power. There you go, there's power. 5x5. You can have like 2 or 3 power in there. Makes good for a good expansion. Right, power. This was security, kennel, and armory. Something along those lines. Haven't exactly measured it. 7, 8, and 8. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go through the list. Rooms. I'm going to speed it up so it actually goes to light because it's really dark here. Cells, no. Holding cells, no. We haven't got either of the basic stuff that you need for arguably a prison facility. Solitary, no. That's obviously what's going to go in the centre. Canteen, yes. Kitchen, yes. Shower, not sure having one. Yard, we should place a yard or two, shouldn't we? Storage, yeah, we do have a storage. Let me designate that now. Deliveries and garbage, yes. Workshop, no for the time being. Security, yes. Officers, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infirmary and morgue, yes, we have in. Common room, it's going to be one of these, or maybe even down here somewhere. Laundry, no, but it'll be one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings we have. So let's just say, I don't know, common room, laundry, visitation, cleaning cupboard. Yeah, we still need more rooms. We need a lot more rooms. So this may become more rooms, where it says not building. It may become building. Haven't yet decided. Most likely, though, I can just shrink this down. I don't need the security as large as it is. That can be 5. Kennels will go for 6. And then this armory will go for 6. Now we'll even shrink that down. We just don't need it, that size. Kennels, we probably don't need that size either, to be fair. So let's do that. Even the security room. But that can become a laundry. There's your laundry. Something like that. It's very easy to add rooms. Like I say, it's a brief overview here. Visitation, yes, somewhere on the left-hand side. Cleaning cupboard, yeah. Kennel, armory, yeah, that's all in. Staff room, ooh, yeah, good idea. Yeah, what? Staff room. Oh, there's no staff needs, but you still have to have a staff room. Right. Okay. What I'll do then is I'll have a staff room in somewhere. Probably where this storage is. I'll remove this storage and change it elsewhere. And add it elsewhere, should I say. So what if we just have that as a staff room? Remove all of that. Don't need it. Let's have door, metal detector. Door. All that off. All that off. 4x4, I believe. So this is a internal of 4, and the staff room says minimum size 4x4. So it would go in there. Okay, may have to shift that, but we'll continue on. Where else? Where were we? Yes. So that's there. We'll have our library and stuff elsewhere. Forestry, we're not going to have. Classroom, we'll have somewhere here or maybe down the bottom that's not building. Chapel in there. Parole, again, somewhere on the side. Reception, yes. Mailroom and shop. A lot of these we don't need, so we don't need a shop. You don't need a mailroom. You don't need a classroom, but I ideally do want a classroom. Library you don't need. So I would say a shop, mailroom and library we're probably putting off for another day, but yeah. Anyway, the main thing is we've got this huge body in the middle where we just haven't done anything with it. So I think we need to build our cell blocks. So each of the cell blocks, what I might do is run through the middle pathways. I'm going to run a pathway down a bit. We're going to have it obviously size of 3 because of this. And I want to have probably, what's the size have we got going here? 50, okay. So we could go for, say, 20 and 20. Like that. I don't know why I've put it there, because it's going to be there. 20 along to the end. What size is each of these cell blocks? Cell block is 20 by 28. So there's your cell blocks. Like that. And then pathways. Pathways. And then yard. 2 of. Like that. So, these cell blocks. How are we going to do this? Well, naturally, we can do 3 by 2. Standard cell formation if we wanted to. Let's see if those would fit in, shall we? They would fit in, and they fit in quite nicely. Okay. I'm getting self-contained vibes off this. I really am. Entrance in there. Entrance in there. Either side. In the centre, I think we need that. We have on the left-hand side... do you want a shower there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 capacity. And we get 6. Is that just 6? Yeah, it's not good enough. 6, 12, 16 showers if we were to do something like that. It's not terrible. If we do something like that, we get 16 showers. Hang on. No. We wouldn't, because I've got that the wrong size. Good job I noticed. I'm sure there's other things I haven't noticed. So, it would only be shower and shower. I don't want a shower on the other side. The 4x4 is going to be a security room. And this is going to be a common room. Which is just going to have like a pool table, a TV, a couple of phones in it. Actually, phones are probably going to go phone. Well, double phones there, so there's lots of phone capacity in this thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's say not enough showers. We've only got 12 showers to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 inmates. It's not terrible. You don't need that, like, you don't need to run it at maximum capacity. This one, let's say common room of some kind. Okay, let's pretend that's what we're going to do. The only thing we're missing is solitary. And what if I was to remove, say, this? And put, like, solitary in here? Could we run solitary in each of these? Could have 2 solitary there and 2 solitary there. You could do. You couldn't really do that. You could, but you're only going to get 4 solitary. It's a bit of a waste of space. No, I think we stick with the cells because they're divided up well and seem to work. I'm not opposed to shifting this across to put in more showers. But solitary, we're just not going to have in there. So solitary will have to go in, not building. Okay. I'm removing that. And I'm going to put in... Those are going to be doors. Those are going to be doors. This wall's going to go down to there. That'll be where you can expand to the middle. Similar thing in there. Like that. I don't really like the power's just off. That's probably the most secure power room you can get, because you can only access it if you've escaped from the facility. Most people are not too bothered about flicking a switch in the power room. So that. And then you've got all of these buildings, these two big buildings down the bottom, which we could have as common room. We could have as solitary. There's loads of stuff we can place down the bottom there. Okay, if we were to do that then, we don't need a common room in here, do we? So we could do that. So it'd be on 19, there's the full 18 showers. We can still have a little common room. I don't think common room has a specific size. No, it doesn't. It just needs to be indoors. Okay, quickly run through the rooms then. Cells, yes. Holding cells, no, but it can go in one of these buildings. Solitary, no. We'll have to plan that off. Dormitories, we're not having. Canteen and kitchen, yes. Shower, yes. Yards, 2 of. Storage, deliveries, and garbage are in. Workshop, we're not having yet. Probably that's expansion job. Security, we've got 1 security room, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for, like, have a little chat with inmates to see what they know. Well, we security, yes. Officers, done. Infirmary and morgue around. Common rooms sorted-ish. It's probably going to be down the bottom here. And also technically a little bit there, which is... Yeah, it's not really much, is it? But we'll see how we get on with that one. We've got laundry up the top. Visitation somewhere on the left. Cleaning cupboard may not have. Kennel and armory is planned up top. Staff room is very small but adequate on the right-hand side. Library we're probably not going to have. And if we do, it's going to be one of these buildings on the left. Forestry is not happening yet. But that's an expansion problem. Classroom somewhere. Exports, yes. Chapel somewhere on the left. Parole not planned, but we'll have 1. Receptions in, but we just need to put foundation in. Mailroom and shop we're probably not going to have for this first version of this build. There we go. That is the proposed incarceration facility. Okay, it changed quite a bit through this design process, but I like to show it in its entirety, just to show the working and show the evolution of it. I think it would be less interesting just to present you with this and go, there you go, you've arrived at this destination with myself, with hopefully the reasons why we've done what we've done. And if there's anything you think's wrong, then let me know. So that's what we're going to go with. That has been a bit of Prison Architect. This is the anniversary 2018 update, the last update from Introversion. Not much. I didn't expect anything other than what I've experienced. I don't have any DLC stuff. There's no big pop-ups. There's no huge object. I mean, it's still quite a number of objects, but it's not a huge amount of objects in here. You don't get repetitive strain injury scrolling through it. So yeah, that is what we've got going for us. Lots of stuff still to be planned and built and placed somewhere, but, well, that's a future us problem. In the meantime, that will do us. Like I say, it's going to be a high-risk facility, so lots of security. We're probably going to have guard towers in the yard. With the way it's been built, there's no wall to climb over, which is an advantage. I didn't expect to have that on this map, which is only a 80 by 80 grid. Where's the weak points? Probably the kitchen. Smash through this. Well, they're in already in the canteen. Smash through this door. Smash through these 2 doors and then out that way. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's probably lots of ways that they could smash through and break out. Maybe 1 morgue door would be there. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's not a huge amount to worry about, I don't think. But anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That has been a bit of Prison Architect. Comments in the comments what you think we should alter, change, remove, delete, whatever. And in the subsequent episodes, we're going to be building this thing off. Hopefully you'll enjoy the series, and for what it is so far, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.